Welcome, everyone. We have something new in mind, a release party. Today is the release of ETS 630. We're all very excited, and I'm happy to be accompanied here by my colleagues. We have all met here online, and maybe I hand over to you. Maybe say a few words, introduce yourself. Maybe the community, our KNX community, we don't know all of you. I think some of you we've seen before, but
Luckily.
maybe, yeah, say
Good
some words.
morning.
Good morning.
If I may take the microphone.
Please,
Yeah,
go ahead.
good. Good morning. Thanks, first of all, for the invitation. I think we are all very, very excited about the release, the 630. We have all been waiting for it. And we have a ton of new features and bug fixes that we want to show to our audience. For those who don't know me, I'm Vasilius. I'm the tools team leader at KNX, and these are my colleagues. We're going to present a few things today. Maybe they also say a few things about themselves.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, could be. So, ciao, I'm Roberto, the Italian guy, the hammer. So, and I will stop my speech here already to start. Cool. Who
Hello,
else?
I'm Lata.
Hi, Nata.
I'm a testing engineer.
Ooh, so you are the one.
Yeah, for ATS I do testing. So yes.
So you are the one who
we
suffers
are
the
very-
most, I would say.
Exactly. We're very happy to have you on board, Lata.
Yeah, we'll see now after releasing ATS 6.
We're all positive. Yeah. Thank you. Alex.
Hi, I'm Alex. Yes, as a former KNX integrator, let's say I play that role internally, and try to report and introduce some improvements, UX improvements or operational improvements that
That's good.
ETS can have.
That's a different perspective that we appreciate a lot. Yeah, indeed. Thank you. And Mr. Patuns.
Yes, hello, the oldest guy here in the team, in the group. 26 years of experience with KNX, blah, blah, blah.
The only one with the title, Mr. Partout.
Mr.
So all the others, hey, you.
Please drop the mister. Come on. Okay, I think that's
I
enough.
was not that old, come on.
And what do you have there on your back in your background, Christoph?
That thing, that's my brother.
That's your
my
playground,
twin brother.
right?
Yeah, the digital me. It's a digital me. It's a KNX installation, obviously, and actually it's Lata using it all the time.
Right.
Me. It's just there, looking good.
Okay. Yeah, you all look great.
Yeah. So what's new? What's new? I'm excited. I want to see something.
Again,
so,
thanks for being here. Let's jump right in, I would say.
Thank you.
Yeah. May I break the ice here?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Okay, good. So I hope you can all see my screen.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So let's explore together. And as not
I see your face,
everyone. What do you see?
I see your face in the login.
Huh?
Didn't
Yeah.
I?
Ah, yeah.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah, here on the upper right corner, I have already.
I never see mine. Why?
I do have a picture in my KNX account, and
KNX.
since I'm logged in ETS already, then it fetches my profile picture.
So is that one of the new features then? That
Yes,
shows
kind
the
of.
picture, I mean.
Kind of. We do have a new login mechanism in ETS.
The picture is not new, but yeah, you can go to MyKNX. You can go to MyKNX now and set a profile picture.
Yeah, and then that shows up here. But wait, which version are we currently using? I can see it here.
I really hope people will not upload bad pictures.
I also hope that.
I hope that people will not complain that the picture is so small.
Yeah, we can make it bigger.
Enough with the picture.
But at least you can now see immediately the version I'm currently using, as well
licensing
as
status, huh?
Yeah, correct. So we already see ETS6 Professional here, and the version and the internal name of the version.
I saw the tooltip, but you were
Yeah, that's
okay,
correct.
okay.
correct.
What is
But
what
you
is
are on a beta.
we call it?
Yeah.
We call it profiterol, right? But where does that name come actually from? Maybe you can
Ah,
remember.
Yeah, it's a French dessert actually.
Mhm.
And as we all love desserts in the team, we decided to give this kind of name in that build. So
Yeah,
I
we've
don't
been
want to
doing
start a fight
We've
about
been doing this for
naming.
some time, right? This is,
But-
let's say, the Google way, huh?
But we
Yeah.
did have a tiramisu as well and the burrata, just to be
Indeed.
Yeah,
honest.
Yeah, you're right.
just to be yes.
Yeah, and
you're right.
and a Donauwelle
enough.
as well. Yeah.
Indeed.
yeah,
Okay.
we are very international actually. So good.
Dessert
Food wise, yes.
Yeah. Okay. What else can I see here?
What I was really waiting for, and it's there, are, as you can see here, the indication of the number of the
Mhm.
projects. So you see
Yeah.
here, I have two projects,
Uh-huh.
and yeah, sorry, it's
Only
my,
two.
yeah, two local projects, and as you can see here, I have 35 projects in the
37.
archive.
37.
37. Yeah.
37. What did I say?
35.
35.
That's
Doesn't
okay.
matter. Yeah,
You were testing
minus
us.
the two ones which are
Minus the two.
already
Exactly. Yeah.
already here, and that's actually good.
I wonder how many Lata has she's testing.
More.
I think.
But I think this indication, right? This count or this number of projects that you have locally, it seems like a detail, right? But it is highly important, right? Because it shows the difference between this view of your most recent projects, right? The chronological view and the drill down, right? When you click on the local projects. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
indeed.
Yeah.
Indeed. So
And this then shows you all the projects, right?
Yeah, but of course now as I'm only testing few things, I only have
Yeah.
two locally, whereas all the other projects that we are using
the archive.
for testing and for trying things are already in the project archive
It makes
as a
sense,
link,
yeah.
as a linked folder. So
As a link folder, yeah.
yeah,
Can you
so
say
that we
maybe
can share
explain
it all
what the
together.
linked folder is?
Yeah, of course. So the linked folder is an extensive part of the project archive by means of which we can have multiple archive folders so that we can share them with different people.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and that's very useful, especially if you have, for example, customers with whom you share projects or you
Yeah.
want to share projects and you do not want to export the project manually. So you
Right.
create a folder, you put it in the linked folder, and then you can actually share the same folder with your customer, and you can always work on the same base or the integrator.
And the linked folder can be in a cloud drive, it can be Google Drive or Dropbox and all these, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's very
all those,
handy.
Nice.
Yeah, all those nice features from the project archive. And
Very good.
I intentionally, something that is also important to show, projects with very long names.
Very, very
so,
long. names.
Yeah, you can actually see that the name now is split into two lines. And as we know, there are languages where the names can become very long.
Mm.
I can at least speak for Greek and German. I know
German,
the
yeah.
words can be composed and become very long. So now the long names are also shown here directly on the tile.
Yeah, this is handy, especially when the crucial information in a project name is maybe the last two digits, right? The apartment number, for example, and or the house number. Right? Yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
very nice. And this is new in 6.3, right?
Correct. And what we should also underline here is that we have also made a lot of performance improvements for the project archive, because we have seen that our installers use it really heavily. And yeah, we had to optimize the structure and the format of the projects in the archive so that ETS can access the files much faster than it used to do before. So the latency has been decreased to the minimum. Of course, if there is a public network where the project archive is stored, this also plays a role. But from the technical perspective of or maybe let's say the non-network related latency, I think we've done really good here to reduce any delays on the user interface and on the logic on how we handle the projects.
Especially on large archives, right? Large
Yeah.
archives with many and large projects. Yeah.
Yeah, indeed. But I think we should also go into the project directly.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, because I played a little bit and I have questions.
Oh, you have questions, okay.
But I'm waiting.
As an integrator, they do have
Yes,
questions.
indeed.
Daily.
Appreciate it. Yeah. Yeah, let's go
Lata,
ahead.
do you also
So-
want to show something? Otherwise, I'm occupying the
in-
entire session
in
here, and maybe I'm a bit boring.
Yeah, sorry. In setting, you can.
She said yes, by the way.
Yeah.
Yes, sorry.
Okay.
So if you go to setting, we have option there in optimizing the archive in data storage. We have so we can do that from here, and also we have in our project password
You can see now who is
manager.
testing, remembering, the path by heart, going there.
But
checking
okay,
what
maybe
is the
this
button.
this optimized archive, maybe Lata, would you recommend our users do this now with 6.3? I think there have been some changes.
Yes, actually, if they do this, then they cannot use same projects in 6.2 if they
Right,
are
okay.
using, so they need to aware about that. If
Yeah.
they want to do optimize archive, then they should only use after 6.3.0.
Right.
So-
Okay. So when working in teams or when working with colleagues,
Yes.
you can optimize this to benefit from the improvements, but be sure that your colleagues need to work in 6.3 as well.
Can you do a combination of link folder and optimize archive, or without optimized archive? So are they linked together? Like you cannot use link folder if you do not optimize your archive, or they are separated?
No, they're
All-
separated, I believe.
Just to avoid traps,
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, they are separated.
Yeah.
When you
So I can profit
optimize
from the
also
link folder even if I'm not optimizing the archive.
Yes,
Mhm,
and
correct.
also when you optimize your archive, also the projects in linked folders are being optimized. So,
Okay.
Indeed.
yeah.
And maybe that's also a good way to put a little bit of pressure to colleagues who do not want to use the latest ETS versions, to tell them, hey guys, I optimized the archive, you have to update. Otherwise,
and
you cannot benefit from the features.
I must say that I'm always a little bit I'm hesitating indeed to upgrade as a user. I'm saying now.
Rightly
But
so, yes.
I can say for 6.3.0 I'm looking forward to it, and I will do it the moment after it's released. Yeah.
Oh, good to hear.
I'm glad to hear that. But I mean, of course, the
Yes.
recommendation is when you're on the go, when you're on a customer site, maybe don't do it with your customer breathing down your neck.
Yeah.
Take a moment when you're in the office.
Okay.
Okay.
And here only in this dialog, we have project access. This this is new feature we have, project password management manager.
Mhm. Yeah.
So if you want to, so we have a lot of customers who are suffering after losing their password, or so
Mhm.
that's why we did improvement in 6.3.0.
Yeah.
So if they have this license, project password manager license, then they can store their password in
Mhm.
MyKNX. So this
And
helps.
what should they do in Mechanics to activate that? Something?
Maybe-
Nothing?
Yeah, that the
ETS does everything.
yes,
Okay.
because they have a
Magically.
license.
Maybe more importantly, maybe this is not clear. When do I have a project password?
When we have
Project,
secure
set
devices.
password.
At
Yeah.
least
When
one
you have
secure device.
when you have
yes.
secure devices, right?
Yeah.
And then and I think that's the crucial part that you mentioned, Lata, is when you forget that project password, right?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
that's then it's I say painful, right? Because it's not impossible, but that means you have to master reset your devices, and to prevent
that's
that, I guess that's what
annoying.
this feature allows, right? Because it prevents forgetting the password.
Yeah.
That's very good. Yeah, good you mentioned that. Thank you.
But nevertheless, for my understanding, it is still possible to have a password, although you don't have any secure device in the project.
Sure.
Oh yeah, it's optional.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I also thought. Like I can set my project password as I wish.
You
Yeah.
can do a password anyway, but you are triggered for a password when you add the
Yeah.
first secure device.
That's correct. Yes.
But I think that feature really deserves a separate session to show how it works.
And I think we
So-
have one. Yeah.
Yeah,
because there's an interaction with mechanics, I have understood. So indeed,
Yeah.
seems to be
not
Yeah.
at not visible to the user, but ETS does all the job in the background
Okay, good.
to store the password. and
But you're
retrieve
right.
it.
Yeah, we let's cover this in a separate video. It's too big and too important maybe to occupy entire time here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Shall I go directly to the project? Because I
let's
think
do
we
it.
have a lot of things to show in the
Yeah, and
project.
here in setting only, we have two things we can complete, that licensing and ETS apps.
Oh yeah. So
things.
what
So,
about
sorry to interrupt,
Yeah.
guys. I just want to understand one thing. This new feature, this password manager, or what it's called, is this a payable thing? Maybe I
Yes,
should
it's
not ask in this circle. I don't know. It is payable.
it is
Yes,
payable
Ah.
app, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry for the interruption.
But we
It's
have I think we have an offering, but yeah, you need to check my KNX.
Okay.
Okay,
I guess
it's a
our
sales-
sales colleagues will be
Yes.
in touch with the community for that.
They will be in touch.
When it's
It's a
time to get money, they will.
So
They have
what
to do
about
their
these
job.
licensing?
So
Sorry, Lotta. Sorry.
So now previously we had separately, we need to select cloud license drop down. We had cloud license and dongles,
Ah, yeah.
but now we have all list of
Mm.
license. You can see cloud license, dongle license. There is no
Yeah.
separation here. This
That's-
really helps.
I
Yeah.
see the project password manager license on the name of
Yes.
this.
It's the only license Mr. Lodas has on a cloud thing, indeed. So it points out.
Yeah, correct.
But now I see you have some apps also licensed. And maybe I think there's something you can show in the ETS apps tab, right?
Yeah, of course.
Because
So
there's a new feature here.
Could you go back to the previous list? Sorry.
yes, of course.
So
Don't
so what
mention
do I
it.
see?
He has ETS inside, please. We
So-
all
so
noticed
what-
that.
Yeah. Indeed, it's still there. Yes. So what do I see? Yeah. Okay. Good. What do I see here is that
Remaining.
these are all the licenses that are linked to you, Mr. Ludas.
Correct. So these are the licenses I have on the dongle,
But also-
that I have physically plugged in. Plus,
Yeah. Okay. Plus everything that is on
license.
the cloud for you. Okay.
Yeah.
Which is in this case one. Okay.
Yeah.
yes,
And if would that also include the licenses that to organizations you are linked to?
correct.
Yeah.
correct.
Let's say
So if
you
I-
would be linked to several organizations. They would
Indeed.
also be listed here.
Yes, as you can see, those ones, those licenses here are from the organization
This
with
is
which my account is linked.
good feature. Good feature.
Yeah.
I like it. Yeah. Sorry for the interruption again.
No worries. All good.
So where were we?
Yeah, you
for
went
the
to
licensing.
another list.
ETS apps. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah, yeah.
Maybe go to the ETS
apps.
apps.
Perhaps yes, that's where you were.
A lot of apps installed.
You have a lot of apps. Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Would you be willing to delete one because you basically started with a full set already, but you cannot show
sure.
a feature right now that I
Yeah,
would
I
like
can-
to see.
Yeah, for sure. I can, for example, delete the Training Center tool app.
Right.
Of course, I have to restart my computer, which is normal
No,
after uninstalling an ETS app. So
your
it
ETS,
takes a
I
few-
believe, not entire Windows.
Oh yeah.
No,
Luckily,
yeah, indeed,
only the ETS.
only ETS.
To be a bit
So-
harder.
But now you have the app still licensed, right? But you don't have it installed anymore.
Correct. So
You still have it licensed? I don't see
no,
it.
I need
Ah,
the
okay.
license here. So
Okay.
I can add maybe something that we forgot to mention
Yeah.
is
to
that we can also Lada, you
add
want to say something?
multiple
Apps.
license. Before we didn't have this option. We can
Mhm.
select multiple license here in this window. Then we can add multiple license.
Mm.
Do I have to press Shift, Control, something like that, or
Yes.
simply select?
Select
can-
any
can
license
select.
and select control all.
So I can take my Training Center tool license. I can activate it on the dongle. Good.
Right.
So
now
you can
the
see.
license is added, right? I see it there, but you don't have the app installed. So what happens now in 6.3?
There, and now it's here. Now it's here.
Okay. So now you have the license added, right? And you go to the ETS apps screen and you see the app as available
Yes.
download, right? And that's new.
Yes.
Okay.
So
That's the difference.
what you would do is on a new screen, on a new computer, you would log in, you would license, and then you can directly download all the apps that you need. So the setup of your workstation is much faster, right?
Yeah, correct. So I can immediately download it from here. I do not have to open my KNX and download the file and install it.
Exactly.
Store it somewhere.
Can I
It's not
download more than one at the same time?
Yes.
I'm glad you asked. Yeah, you can.
Oh, yeah, okay.
You mentioned fast. What I specifically like is that at least it's clear. That's this is missing. This is missing. Okay, download.
Yeah.
Cool.
See, that's Christoph. That's where you are an engineer, right? You say you want it clear, huh? And I say I'm just glad it's fast. Huh? But okay, you're right. Yeah, absolutely.
It's not that I don't appreciate fast.
That's the different perspective.
But,
it's good we have this collection here.
But more important.
But
for
now
me,
let's leave the settings screen.
Wait. What is that checkbox? I have to ask. Sorry, that in the bottom left corner.
This one, the support legacy apps.
Yeah, was it there before?
Yes.
Good question.
Yes, it is there. So this is actually a setting or actually a mode. It allows ETS to go in a kind of compatibility mode for specific ETS apps that are built using the web forms. So this is for some legacy apps so that they can still be compatible with ETS 6.
And if it's unticked, what happens?
It's the native ETS 6 mode and everything is as it should be.
So it does not impact the download nor the licensing, nothing else. It's the runtime of the app that is impacted by that. Okay.
Correct. And you should only enable it if the app developer instructs you so.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we should rely on those. Okay.
So you don't have an example here?
No.
That's okay. No.
Because to be honest, indeed, it's okay because okay, whatever, doesn't matter. It's not important.
Yeah.
Go on.
The only one who is using.
I don't care about
like project.
So does anyone else want to share his or her screen here, or shall I continue here with me projecting?
You can continue. Yes. Only the thing is in details. Can you go to details here? We have
I can enter my password.
Yeah. Well, the last thing in dashboard.
Didn't you store your password on KNX?
Not yet.
We have archive location here. So.
Where?
Here.
Yeah.
Where? Okay.
So.
Okay. Now I see it.
We can click and automatically archive folder will open. So
and
this
you can
is
navigate. Yeah, there you
yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So now we can go to project.
And also navigate.
And you tested all of that, Lotte?
Yes, of course.
Okay. Shall I open the project?
No, I was wondering if you could create one just to answer one of my questions. I have some very specific questions. Yeah. And I was wondering, although I was never a fan of it, but still what impressed me is that the free group address structure was missing.
Indeed.
Is that true?
That is true.
Oh, okay.
With an asterisk. So indeed, thanks, Alex. When you create a new project, you don't see this choice anymore between for the group address style. As you know, we had the three level group addresses, the 2-level, and the free.
Which I never used it as a user. Right. I don't know why, but
we know from statistics that hardly anybody used it. But still, it was constant effort on our side. And so we decided from 6.3 onwards that this choice is no longer offered. You can still choose 3 or 2, but no longer free, unless you open a project where this was already used. So when you import a project that is on free, then this is still there, but you cannot create a new project with free.
Okay.
Maybe that makes sense. Huh?
It does. Although I'm not a supporter, it will not be missed.
Yeah.
But still, it's good that we respect, what people
the install
have done.
base.
Yeah,
That was my immediate
when you use it, when it's there in the project, it remains. Yeah.
Okay, good, nice.
Is there any conversion
No, there's
plan
no
or something
conversion.
like that?
There's
So
no conversion
you
because
stick to the style.
Yeah.
You stick to the style, and that's it.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And I guess that would also work if I was importing a CSV file in a free structure, right?
Well,
Or not?
no. If it depends. Is it a new project or
A
is
new
it
project.
an existing project? In a new,
No.
you will not be able to import that.
Okay.
Because you already have the group address style already defined when creating the project.
Yeah, makes sense. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
But there are
So
some
then-
novelties there already in that dialogue. As you can
what do I see? Create default topology, right?
Yes.
I do things very instinctively, and I don't maybe notice checkboxes and things, but I'm not sure. So yeah, that one.
Simplified a lot of things, huh?
Define default topology, please.
Yes.
What do you mean by that?
In the past, we had a line 1.1, right? That was the checkbox. Create line 1.1, and so you had a backbone and you had a line 1.1 TP. That hasn't changed, but it's not really only line 1.1 that you're creating when you check this, right? So you are creating line 1.1, but you're also setting the backbone topology type, and so that's why we call it create default topology now. It's just a wording change.
Okay. Yeah, but nevertheless, it's not clear in the sense of I'm new to ETS.
No, you're not.
Good.
Yeah. Okay, I'm not, but I pretend to be. And
he's
then
new
I
to
wonder,
the 6.3.
Then definitely
shouldn't we explain it some, or shouldn't we document this? Sorry, I think as an engineer here, indeed, you already mentioned it.
This is documented on the help articles, but it's not explained like you are an expert, Christoph. Not everything that can be explained is explained directly within the software. We rely on extensive training, right? And a lot of it is done via training centers, certified KNX training centers, and some of it is done via our help articles. But indeed, it's a question that might occur. It's not simply not being answered directly here, because the engineers, they like to play, right? So they try it out and they find it, and then
but
they create the project.
You mentioned the magic word. You mentioned it already. Documentation. Articles. Okay, fine. I will find it then. That's okay.
But it's also important because if you are a new ETS user, then I'm pretty sure you don't want to be confronted with a lot of checkboxes and options and things that you might not even understand at first glance.
Definitely.
Create a project.
Again, if I can find the information somewhere, I'm fine.
Yeah.
Good.
But now let's go in.
What is project type?
What is project type? Okay.
Yeah, I have to ask. I mean, I see it there, and what's the difference between a villa and a hotel and transportation, whatever?
Maybe you see in the background. Maybe you see the icons that Vasilios shows on his projects.
I would like to use an answer that a colleague of mine gave me in the past. What's the difference between the educational, for example, and the family house? In this case, is the metadata. Is what you will see after the project is created.
Okay.
The icon.
It's not just about the icon that we see in the background. It's more than that.
It shows an icon depending on that metadata, and that metadata is part of the project file, so it can be used by other applications. Yeah.
Okay. Good
and it does not influence at all the default topology.
No, it doesn't.
Correct.
Okay. This is
independent.
Okay.
Okay. May I
create it
now?
Yes.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
That's KNX, the nitty-gritty details. You can talk about anything for hours.
Yeah. So just to answer the question about the topology, we can see that we have a topology here with an IP backbone, an IP area, and 1.1 twisted pair line. You can, of course, add more lines and segments.
And other medium types, right?
Correct.
Like
IoT. Yeah. But this is a default topology. We start with that.
Okay.
So IoT is not a default, if I understand this correctly now.
Not yet. Not in 2024.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Remember, I have questions, so let me know when I can ask them.
Okay, go ahead.
Anytime.
Since you were in the topology view and you said something about that you
Shall
have.
I go back?
Yes, please, in the topology view. Yeah. No, there. And if you can have, if you can add one more line, please, because I used to use that thing and it's not there anymore unless you hid it somewhere. I used to select each line. So there was an option use current line.
Where is it then?
Current line, yes.
And I used to do that because when I was adding devices, ETS actually I'm mostly working on the building view.
Yeah.
So ETS used to add assign physical addresses, individual addresses. I don't know how, to be honest. So I had to explicitly select the line that I wanted to.
And you would have maybe regularly seen an error message when you add a device from the catalog where the medium type does not fit your current line.
That too, indeed,
Yeah. And that led us to that point to remove this so that you can still add the device even though the medium type does not fit. So you don't get an error message. The device is added, but yes, okay, you might have to tweak the individual address. That's the consequence.
Okay.
So if the current line is 1.1, which is a twisted pair line, but you want to add an RF device there, so the device will be added in the project, but then you have to ensure that the device is either on the RF segment, or if you have an RF line, then you have to give the address of that line.
I can add some history here. I remember when this feature was added, there was ETS 3 times, and we basically only had twisted pair lines. So then the feature made sense.
History.
I think this is a right decision.
It was time to change. Yes.
Yes.
And so if can you please add a KNX virtual device? Well.
What is that? The KNX virtual device?
We need another video for that, but yeah.
As we're in Belgium, I selected Belgium. Take some time to update the catalog.
Michael is in Germany, I think.
I'm in Germany, yeah.
Hey.
We are in Belgium.
Oh, okay.
What?
He's not there? No, I'm joking. Which one do you want?
Clicks.
Any?
Clicks.
Clicks.
It's the only one that I know by heart because I played with it.
The famous Clicks.
The famous Clicks. Yeah.
By the way, I really love this name. It's really semantically is very correct because it's a push button that does clicks, clicks, clicks.
I believe at the design time that was not really
no comment.
And can you please add one more, but in the second line? So what I used to do is go to the topology view.
Shall I switch there?
No, I'm just saying that I used to go there and select the second line, line 2, line 1.2. What would you do now if you want to add another Clicks device, but on line 2?
So as this utility room has a current line 1.1, either I can add the device here and then change the individual address manually, or I go directly to the topology panel, I add the device there, but then I have to drag it to the utility room if that is the place where the device is physically located.
So ETS at this point doesn't yet know your topology, right? It started with the default topology. That's the minimal requirement, you could say. But if you have multiple lines, you need to tell ETS that. But to prevent you from receiving an error message, you can just add it, but then it's maybe by default it's maybe on the wrong topological element, or it's is a parked device, and then you need to go to topology and tweak.
But I think we can definitely demonstrate that with a with an RF device.
Indeed, yeah.
But
sorry, I saw also something that triggered my mic. Who didn't resist? What is this medium RF? I never see that.
That's
a new thing as well.
No,
or
that has
it's
been
just
there
me
since,
lacking knowledge.
I think that's a very well hidden feature. This is a way to filter in all panels in ETS. So what you saw me doing here was to simply select the name of the column. You can, in this case, medium, and then I put next to it column.
Yeah.
And then
one of the
values that
potential
I'm
value
looking.
you see that. So it does work also with order number and naming, and also on the panel above for devices given.
Yes, and you can also do that not with secure, but security, security X, and then you can also get the secure devices.
You just have to put a column, that's all.
Yeah, and then the value. For secure devices, you have to put the X because there is no text here, but only the shield. But in our case here, I only...
Yeah. That's what caught me, because I saw that you were filtering, but I didn't know the... Sorry, that's a drift out of the discussion.
But that's a good hidden feature. So back to Alex's question, if I try to add the device here, from the catalog, it's an RF. Of course, it's a secure device, so ETS correctly asks me to set a password. For demonstration, and only for demonstration purposes, I will set a very simple password, only for demonstration. And by the way, you can also see that it's very, very
poor.
It's a secure password.
Yeah, but it's only for demonstration. Don't use this kind of passwords. And then, of course, ETS asks me to scan the certificates.
I also see something, but that's for later probably.
Yeah, I think that is also a nice feature that we can also talk. Good.
Yeah, because
this button here?
Indeed, I never see that switch camera button. That's also something caught my eyes.
Lada, do you want to say what is that?
Well, I guess that it's something like I could use another camera, but I never see that in place or in action.
Yeah, this is new in 6.3 because, as you can imagine, we can see Vasilios on his camera, but this camera is now blocked by Windows, and so we cannot use the same camera feed in ETS. But now with this toggle, you can use a different camera, right?
I have a second camera.
You have a second camera, so you can toggle to that and see that's then a different feed.
Hello.
Hello, Vasilios.
Definitely not a QR code, but okay, at least it may.
Yes.
Okay.
Doesn't recognize the QR code there.
Correct.
Okay, and it recognizes any plug-in camera based on my hardware setup, whether it is an USB something. Okay.
Correct.
As long as it's available to Windows, you can use it here.
Okay.
Okay. So, finally.
Yeah. And as you can see, we added two RF devices. The devices are added in the utility room, but without individual address.
Indeed.
Because there is no RF segment or RF line.
And that's a choice ETS cannot smartly do for you, right? Because maybe it's an RF segment you need, or maybe it is an RF line. Yeah.
And what happened to the topology view now? Indeed. Sorry.
Yeah. So you can see that we only have one device in the twisted pair line. Of course, in the second twisted pair line, there is no device. But if I create, for example, a segment here.
But where are the two devices that you added? Where are the two RF devices?
Indeed, where are they?
They are part of the utility room.
Right, but you see them in the search folder on the topology.
Correct.
Because they're not assigned to a line.
Not assigned to a line, indeed.
Yeah, indeed.
Of course.
I thought the question was, where are the devices physically located?
No.
Yeah, but indeed they're here in the search folder. And what you can do, actually, you can also drag and drop them to the segment, and they get an individual address.
Can you do it differently now for the second one? You already did both. Whether you now dropped them, but I guess you can also just manually type it in, right? The address.
Yes,
of course.
Yeah.
So I can.
You say of course, but I mean, I believe you, but whatever.
Is it what? What was the
No, because we got the error message. Rightfully, we got the error message here.
Right.
So if I manually try to enter an individual address, ETS correctly says you cannot give an address of that line because this line is a twisted pair line. And although we have a segment here, ETS does not know that those devices belong to the segment.
Right. So that's the point with segments, huh? Yeah.
Yes. Whereas if we have a separate RF line, which is 1.3, then I can select one of those devices and say 1.3, and then ETS will pick up the first available address.
But I think that ETS could find out, wait a moment, they mean the RF segment. But okay, maybe then if you have several segments, then you don't know which one. Okay, yeah, okay, fair enough, yes. Yeah. Maybe drag and drop is better, yes.
And then I can drag the other line here, the other device to the RF segment of line 1.1.
Okay.
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 Good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Alex, something else to satisfy your...
I have, yes, one more question for sure. Okay, when I started, I was less experienced, of course, so I used to use the manual filter table. Although by getting more experience, I stopped using it because at the same time, ETS was doing a very good job. But still, I think that's also gone, or maybe I got it wrong.
Didn't you find it?
I didn't find it, no.
Why would you even do that? But okay, you don't need to answer that because ETS was, according to me, always doing a good job with the filter tables.
Maybe then it was me indeed that I was not doing.
Maybe we need to start a little earlier. What are filter tables, right? They are information stored in couplers, right? And listing which group address need to be filtered or not, which group address need to be transferred over the coupler. And there's a change, right, with 6.3.
Was it so clear in my face, the question mark? About what is the filter table at all?
We lost Mr. Lodas.
Yeah, he doesn't like
he will
that
join
topic.
again.
Yeah, I was offended by the question.
He was under the undersigned devices, I guess.
I guess, Latte, it's a bug with the camera switch. Watch out.
Yeah, the camera switch.
No, it was me closing accidentally the window instead of moving it.
Okay.
Sorry for that.
That's okay.
We were at the filter
things
table.
happen.
So a filter table is something that helps, let's say, optimizing bus traffic in a physical installation. That's actually the bottom line of it. Yeah. So that it makes sure that let's say telegrams, that's what we call them still, that are supposed to be in this segment and only should be in that segment, are not in another segment. That's actually the point of these filter tables. But especially, I wanted to make an extra remark here, because if Alex was doing this manually, I mean, respect in a certain way, respect. But you have to imagine now if you have to do this also for secure devices where you have, let's say, where you have a mixture of where group addresses, let's say, is a mixture of, let's say, where not secure devices are involved and secure devices are involved in the same group address, then this thing becomes so complex you cannot handle it manually anymore. I mean, especially if you would do it manually, you certainly risk security leaks.
Well,
mistakes and things will just go wrong. And the security is how you say compromised.
I have stopped doing that since a long time, but still I had the option, and that I don't know why, but anyway, it's not there anymore, I guess. Or
maybe it's a good
for new projects. For new projects, the options is not there. However, if you already have a project where this option was used, then you still have it there.
But same as the free group address structure. Okay.
Yeah, but watch out. If you uncheck that, then it's gone forever from that project.
Yeah, so when you remove the last edit, then it's gone.
Yeah, but and of course, it's not that we've done that because we are bad people here, and that we do not want to offer any alternative. There is an alternative. The correct way to do it is by using the tunneling interfaces of the devices that need to do the Correct.
I mean, that's the best way. That's the best way we recommend, right? But there's also the way via a dummy, right? It's not great, but it's an effective method. But of course, yeah, the most efficient method is to go over the tunneling interface. Yeah.
Yes, so that ETS can correctly calculate all the filter tables.
Yeah,
but can we maybe go to the? I would like to see some devices with linked groups, because there's a change that we need to see, I think.
Yeah, of course. But what is also important, and I forgot to mention, something that our users loved in ETS5 was this green part on the upper left corner, where they used to click and then they were redirected to the dashboard. So we brought it back. So if I click here, then I'm redirected to the dashboard.
It was there.
It was there, but it was different. It was there by simply clicking a new tab, and then you could see the dashboard. But I think it was more, let's say, for the users who used to work along with ETS5, it was much better when they clicked on the upper left corner.
It's nice to know that there is always there. Yes, home is always there.
Yeah.
It's nice. It gives you a feeling of safety. Yes.
Good point. Yeah.
So you would like me to go to a device with linked groups?
Yes, you added a switching actuator. Maybe you have, I don't know, you added the clicks as well.
Hey, unregistered device. What are you using that for?
Oops,
ooh, what is that?
I was caught. I was caught. This is one of our. This is one of the devices that we were using when trying to test some new features of KNX Virtual. This
is like a beta version of the device, right?
Correct. It was still under development.
Okay.
That's why you see it's not a registered product.
Okay.
What does that mean? What does that mean, registered product? I think KNX products, they are certified, right?
Correct. So this is the first status that the devices get as soon as they reach our certification desk.
Okay.
So certification is actually one of the assets of KNX, by means of which we can guarantee that a device complies with the KNX standard.
And is interoperable with other KNX devices.
Indeed. That's
so when a manufacturer creates a new device, it starts at first it's unregistered, and then they come to us for certification, and then it becomes registered, and after certification it is certified, right? And this device here you're showing, this is unregistered.
Indeed, it's one of the first versions of the secure switching actuator that we were using to test several things. And you can see here that there's also a link to find more information about the unregistered devices. What does an unregistered device mean?
Yeah. Because what's important is we as KNX Association, we cannot, like it says here, guarantee the compatibility, right?
Correct.
That's what comes when using.
Until now, I could have been using an unregistered device without me knowing it. You mean?
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. But can I still commission that device?
Yes, of course.
You can commission, but you cannot create copies.
Unless you're authorized by the respective manufacturer to do so. And in this case, you will need a device tester license by the manufacturer.
Yeah, indeed. So you're a different profile than the installer.
The manufacturer can invite you to test, right? Because that's maybe the use case, right? To test devices, test prototypes.
Yeah. If that device or devices could create problems in my project, I wouldn't use them. I don't know.
Yeah.
Unless you're a tester.
So. Yes, sorry, tester.
For my understanding, so it requires a specific license.
If you want to make copies of that unregistered device in your project, then you need a dedicated device tester license by the manufacturer. Because that will mean that you are indeed an official tester of the manufacturer.
Okay.
Because what is important for our installers to know is that they must use registered or certified devices.
Of course.
This is a must, so that we, as KNX, can guarantee the compatibility with the standard, the interoperability with other devices, and the fact that they can get support by us, because if they are using such a device, it means that maybe the device is not finalized yet by the manufacturer.
Yeah,
they could have bugs which are not actually software bugs, but they are hardware bugs. Or
Indeed.
Kind of.
Indeed. And then in this case, if anyone sees such a yellow box here with an exclamation mark, first step is check here to see what is an unregistered device. Second step, get in contact with the manufacturer, or go directly to the online catalog to see if there is a registered or certified version of that device. And
so, but
make sure that
sorry to interrupt, maybe. Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
I thought you were finished. No, so then it's up to the manufacturer then to decide who gets such a license.
Correct.
And is that a license per device, or is that a license per manufacturer?
Is per manufacturer. So you will be a tester of all the devices of that manufacturer. But of course, you need to have unregistered devices, unregistered application programs if you want to test other devices. And those can only be given by the manufacturer. They cannot be found in the online catalog, for example,
and how
or
are they
shared
distributed
publicly.
And how are they distributed? I guess not via the online catalog, right?
Indeed not. It's the private channel of the manufacturer with the respective field tester. But I see that Michael
we're getting very, very specific.
Yeah.
Can we look at how groups are displayed in 6.3?
Yeah. Do you want me to create a function and link that to the actuator?
That would be perfect. And maybe we can show the difference also between a function being linked and an individual group address being linked.
So what I will do, I will create a new building function here, switchable light.
It's a ceiling light maybe, or?
Ceiling light.
And there's the clicks.
Yes, my beloved clicks. But is that the one we added earlier? So they're already linked.
Okay, we see you don't even need to add. We already have some.
Indeed.
So what's the difference between, because I see two different ways, huh?
And I can even show a little bit more.
Yeah.
So what we see here in the linked with column, we see actually the semantic information of the groups which are linked with those group objects. So we see that this is the switching group of the function called master bedroom. Yeah, okay, maybe the name here is not very clear. And this function is in the room called bedroom.
Right.
And this has also semantic information that this is a bedroom. On top, we see only names. Why do we only see names? Is because those group addresses are not part of a function.
Right.
And we do not see any numbers here. That is the important part. We only see the numbers here.
More condensed, right? Yeah.
Indeed, in the group addresses, as you can see.
What happens when you link another group address?
Yeah, I can definitely do, for example, this one, which is part of the ceiling light. Then the function that we created previously, then we can see that it gets linked directly here, and we see the group address name, like we said earlier, function, and the room.
Yeah.
What I would like to show here is that under the presentation settings, we can also check this checkbox, which says show main and middle groups in the linked with column. And
this
if
is
we
a very
do that,
popular setting.
Yeah, and we can see here that not only, at least for the group addresses that do not belong to functions, we do not only see the group address name, but we also see the entire structure. So the breadcrumb. Yeah, indeed. The middle group name and the main group.
Okay.
So that you don't have to actually encode the entire structure in the group address name. So you do not have to say that this is first floor, room left, ceiling light 1. You can also, you can say this is ceiling light 1. And then if you have this setting enabled, then you see the entire structure.
Right.
So you actually save space from your group address name.
And we had a lot of feedback how we displayed groups in 6.2.2 and 6.2.1 and 0.
Yeah.
And I think this design, as we have it here in 6.3, this is actually out of the brain from Mr. Megalos here. So thank you, Alex, for coming with this idea to us. We discussed it with our users, with our power users, beta testers, and this is now the new design. And exactly now you added a second group, and even this is now back to how it was before, saving a lot more space, but still allowing us to display the difference between an individual group and a function, right? That was crucial as well.
And that for a guy that was using manual filter tables?
Yeah, I said when I was less experienced, and then I confirmed that ETS does it in a better way. I mean, actually does it. So since you're here, and I'm a keyboard guy, guys. So what I also like, and I saw, is that first of all, you can, if you try to link with dialog, to link group. Yes.
Shall I do it?
Click on it. Yes, please. Yeah, and you can select that, and then you can hit enter, and the group address is selected finally.
So just click enter and it's done. Yeah.
Yes, because I don't know why it wasn't like this. And okay, that's a detail. The other thing that I like is
an interruption.
Yes, sure. Yeah, of course.
Since you're a keyboard guy, then I'm pretty sure you know the Control-Shift-A that opens the linked with dialog.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
So I thought that you did it like this, but you were going to do it like this, but no. Yes, I like shortcuts. At least I have the illusion that I work faster. Maybe I don't. I don't know. And if you go to the group address view now, I also
change
like
the panel or the groups on the sidebar.
Change the panel.
Oh, okay, because
unless it's there as well. Can I try it there? Yeah.
Yeah, because what you see here is actually faster. You do not have to open the group address panel.
I'm an old guy. I'm not used to that, but show me. Yes. Okay.
I am an old guy, not you.
You're an older guy.
I'm not so old, but I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, go ahead. Interesting.
So here on the sidebar, we can see the groups container. And what is new here in ETS 6.3.0 is that there is another option here, another view on the recently used group addresses, which are populated directly here. So you don't have to go to the group address panel, look for that group address, and then link it.
Oh, man, really? Okay.
And what's new also, I think, is before you could drag a group from the sidebar to a group to an object, but now you can do it the other way around.
As well.
Yes.
Yeah. This is really handy because now that means you can multi-select. You can select multiple objects and drag them onto the group.
Yeah.
You can do that way too. But when you think you have your actuator and all your push buttons, and you can directly drag all the objects onto that.
Okay. And I guess you can create. I see the button next to the recent. I guess. Yes, this one. I see the whole. Okay.
You see all the groups,
You can see all the groups.
Nice.
With the search function, of course. Yeah.
And then here I can create my new group addresses. What I was trying to say.
No.
You cannot. You cannot create groups here.
You can only see.
Existing.
Just a faster linking.
Groups, you can create groups from the link with dialog, right? Or from the group address view.
Yeah. Okay.
And so there I was going to comment on the fact that when I try to create a new group address here, either main or middle or whatever, it doesn't matter, indeed. I used to use the tab, so for the next, to create the next one, because, and I like that we first now introduce the plus button instead of the minus, because...
Okay, we switched it,
you first create. I mean, mostly create rather than removing. So that works.
You came with this to us, and to be honest, I didn't understand it at first, but now that you explained it to me, I understand that this is actually beneficial.
I have one key less times. I don't know the group addresses. It saves me some time. Thank you for that also.
Keyboard guy.
Keyboard guy.
And since we're on the groups, maybe if I can drift a little bit the topic, especially for those who are on the field and want to do testing of their installations before they hand them over. what is also now possible is that you can multi-select group addresses and do a write.
Yes, yes,
right
that's
value.
great.
So,
Oh, that's perfect.
yeah,
But
so
only
you don't
if
have to do
the
that.
only if the data point type is the same,
Yeah,
right?
same.
Yeah, of
Correct.
course.
But
Correct.
still,
Otherwise,
you can select all your switching groups, and you can test all the lines at once. Huh?
That's
Yeah.
perfect, because until now you could only read them at the same time.
Right.
yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Read them right.
So-
now you can do both. Yeah.
Yeah, indeed, and that's
Wide.
very handy, especially when you are on the field and you want to test, for example, the central off or the central on. That's a very handy feature. One of the small things, but really with a big impact. Yes, Lada?
And also they can copy the group address from Excel and paste into the link group objects.
Yeah.
So,
Indeed.
Where was it? I didn't see that even.
Yeah, I will show now.
So, do I have an Excel file, or maybe I can create
You can
one?
do Notepad even.
Yeah.
Even Notepad. Yeah, I'm a Notepad guy. So I'll just
Don't laugh,
zero.
Mr. Partoons. We also know you are a Notepad guy.
I thought I was the old school guy here. Okay.
So what are you doing now? You're creating a list of groups that you already have in your project, right?
Yes.
Yes.
And you maybe get them from a visualization, for example, right?
Yeah, right. And then I can copy those, and for example, I can do Control V, and then they're all here.
This is very cool.
Yeah. So if I undo that and I take my Notepad again, and then Control V, especially for the keyboard guys like Alex, you get them immediately here.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. That's nice.
And also you can select all group objects from here, and you can paste in your Notepad or Excel in this detail view.
Exactly. Yeah.
You will trigger other feature requests here.
Yes, indeed.
So you have everything from the detail view directly,
and you can do custom reporting. Huh?
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah, for sure. So if the standard reports that ETS offers do not fit for a project, then you can perfectly create your own reports in that way.
I wanted to show a column also on if you go to a device view, so maybe in a room, there's a new column here, right?
Yeah, serial number.
Ah, there we go. Lata, you know it.
Yes.
Well, she's testing, of course. I mean, I just see, the green or the yellow frames.
Exactly.
That's also great, guys. Yeah.
Yeah, this fills multiple purposes, right? It shows you the serial number for devices where you have scanned the serial number. It also shows you the serial number for devices where you have scanned the FDSK for secure devices. Maybe with such a barcode that Vasilos barcode scanner that you're showing. So you can see the status, and also you can enter, right? That's what we are seeing now, right, Vasily? You can enter directly here.
Yeah,
if you can scan if you can scan a serial number, not an FDSK, but
and if you give me a second, I can grab one of the devices that I have here, and I can definitely scan a QR code.
Until Vasily gets his device, I guess you can also copy the serial numbers from an Excel file, a Notepad, as we saw, and paste here.
Yeah,
just state the obvious. Okay.
Yeah.
Finally.
Well,
nice.
You say obvious, huh? But it's still
nice.
That's nice. I still have a question about the right value, though. But okay, please get your device first, Mr. Lura.
Yeah,
go ahead.
I'm looking for my device, but unfortunately, all the devices for security reasons are all integrated in the board, so I cannot scan the serial number now. I do not have one at hand.
But that's okay.
Yeah.
We see you can type, and when you can type, you can also scan.
Correct. And what is also important is that when you start editing the serial number, you can move with the keyboard up and down, so you don't have to go out of that field and click edit again. So if you're already here,
up and down arrows,
yeah, indeed. So up and down, so you scan the first one and then you scan the second, so the entire procedure is much faster.
Happy. Yeah, you make the keyboard guys happy again. Yes.
Indeed, but I guess if you use a scanner and you get the pip, does it automatically change a role?
I guess so.
In Excel, it does.
It depends. It depends. Because your barcode scanners, you can set them up how they end the character.
Yeah.
If they enter the new line, then it does, I believe.
Yeah, correct. So if you have configured the barcode scanner to change line, then it will jump to the next line. Else, it will stay there.
Good.
It depends. Yeah.
Okay, may I now, please?
Yes,
because
please.
I'm very eager. I'm waiting for my question. I'm very eager. So you mentioned right value, but that's already an existing feature. So what is new? Why did you mention it? You went too fast for me. Sorry, I'm very slow.
Yes, so you can multi-select the group addresses, and then you can do right value. So you can really write values on multiple group addresses having the same data type at once.
Okay, that
was not the case.
That is something cool. Okay, I agree. It's obviously very cool. But can I define the order
of the write?
Yes. So can you, because it's now a bit hidden behind. Okay. Example given. I want to respect this order. So first 100, then 101, and after that 102. Can I define that order?
Yes, you can define that order by using, or let's say via the selection that you make in that dialog. So if you select, for example, 101 and then 103 and then 100, then you can do that.
Okay, that was my question. Okay.
Yes.
Good job.
I've seen that Roberto has to join another call.
In our side chat, sneakily you informed us, Roberto, that you need to.
Yes, I was so excited that I didn't see the time running. But anyway, you didn't mention anything. So did we correct bug, or there were any bugs so far?
I think Lata, you found a few hundred bugs, right? But they are all gone.
Yes,
but
actually, yeah.
There will always be more, and we are confident that our users will find things. And we are looking forward to that, because that means our community uses our software, and that's all we can be thankful for. Roberto, thanks for being here.
Yeah,
thanks for being part of that.
But
enjoy your day.
I need to go. So continue, please.
Yeah. Bye. Thanks, Roberto.
Bye.
Ciao.
Bye.
Okay.
Maybe Vasily, maybe can you show the tunneling interfaces?
Yeah.
Yes. I do not have one, but I will add one. So I will go in the dining room, add one tunneling interface.
That's where I have my tunneling interface as well, in the dining room.
The dining room.
Of course, in the dining room underneath the table.
Yeah.
Any preference for the device? I'll just type router and then take the first one I find. Let's take that one.
See the value in the letter A.
Yeah. Okay. Later, we do not want to add the certificate now. So we have the tunneling interface. Okay, good. And something that we also added here in 630, and it's important for those who do not have multicast access in a network, is that you can define the assigned IP address of an interface so that ETS does not have to discover it. So if you are in a network where multicast is blocked, is forbidden, then ETS can still address that device because the individual address, the assigned IP address of the device is known to ETS. So ETS will immediately look for that IP address and use that interface. So even if multicast is blocked, you can still address that interface.
Okay, but then you just need to know that address, of course. But that's cool. Yes.
Yes, and from the moment, so you can either, of course, type in the IP address manually if it's not given by the HCP, or so here, or if it's given automatically, then ETS will pick this IP address the first time it connects to the device, and we'll store it here.
Nice.
So we try to facilitate a little bit the connection handling and make sure that we are not blocked by network settings. If we have the information at hand, then we must use it. So that's really important. And something last I wanted to say, since we are talking about the routers and the couplers and the downloads, in 630, I think it was maybe one of your requests, Christoph. If you select a multiple of devices and one of them or some of them are couplers, then ETS will automatically now start the download with the couplers. And then continue with the other devices.
That's perfect.
That's very good. And that's important because the couplers need to be downloaded first, right? So that all the other devices can be reached. Yeah.
First the physical aspects and then the logical aspects.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. But now let's go to the tunneling interface.
But also, I want to make one remark. It's actually express a concern here, because that's not a concern. Maybe I'm not using the correct word. But so since I have learned here that Alex was actually a manual filter table guy, and you took away that feature now. But I think indeed the problem could be that people are not aware of, or maybe not aware enough of these, because Michael, you mentioned them, the dummy devices,
right?
Because that is indeed the correct way, and I just want to make sure that this message is brought across.
Way. It's one way.
But it's at least.
But
it's an effective.
Mr. Loras will show us a much more efficient way.
Okay. Because one way is that this triggers this feature, and that's. But maybe you have even a better one. So I'm even happy to hear about it.
Because why are you editing your manual filter tables, or why are you editing your filter tables in the past? Because you need to control where a group is flowing, right?
Exactly.
But
because of visualization. Right?
Well, maybe for other reasons as well, right? But mostly for visualizations, right? So you need to tell ETS in one way where a group needs to go, and you could do that with editing of the filter tables. You can also do that with assigning a dummy in your project and linking a group there. But what's more efficient is to use the tunneling interface associations. Maybe you can show that, Vasily, because a dummy, you need to check for the object size, right? You need to pick the correct object.
Correct.
And here you don't have to do that. So that's the point. And you did it now for one group, but now comes the cool part. That's the second one.
I can even put a third one, or I can even multi-select.
You can even do multiple ones. You can do middle groups.
Yeah, I can do main groups too.
Right.
Just pick another tunneling interface in this case.
Is there any restriction, any limitation?
That's an engineering question, huh?
Oh. Yes. Okay.
Is there a limitation? Let's say there is a limitation of something like 65,000.
Yes, indeed. That's a limitation in the end.
Only, come on, guy.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
2 bytes.
It's a limited system. Yeah.
2 octets, I have to say. 2 octets.
2 octets. Yeah.
2 octets.
Okay.
And for those that haven't seen that feature, from the moment you link a group address to a tunneling interface, then you can see when you select the group address on the group panel, on the group address panel, you see that there is a new tab here called bus interfaces. And then you can immediately see to which tunneling interface you are exposing it to.
Yeah. And again, you can paste into the above, right? So from your visualization, you can paste maybe the groups into here. And also you can copy paste to a report again, right? So it's into ETS and also from ETS to your report. You can do both. So this helps with aligning your visualization to your project. And you don't have to do manual filter tables.
I was waiting for this release, and I had to wait a long time, but it seems to be worth it.
Yes.
I think it is. Yeah. I think we all agree. Yeah.
I'm enthusiastic.
I noted down for myself that Mr. Megalos, you have a choice: either a keyboard guy T-shirt or a manual filter table guy t-shirt?
Keyboard guy. Come on. The manual filter, I told you, I was so inexperienced. And then...
but a t-shirt has a front and a back, right?
Right. Yeah, indeed. Yeah. Colleagues,
my t-shirts
I'm very excited. I can feel you are too. We need to come to a close.
Yes.
This is very cool stuff. If you have one last thing maybe that you want to show, Lata,
the security dialog. Can you go to dashboard, Vasilius? So if you go to details of the project detail, security.
Yes.
So we have import keyring thing here.
Right.
This is a new thing. So
is that new, really?
This is new.
Yeah. Maybe Vasily can explain.
In the past, it was
on the export, right?
Yeah, in the past, it was only possible to make a backup of all your keys to keep them.
Now we have an import.
Yes,
and we need to see. We need to see over the next few months what we can do with such an import. It remains to be seen.
Yeah.
But thank you, Lata, for pointing this out. This is good. Yeah, like I said, we need to come to a close. We call this in advance. We call this the release party. We will all go out now and get ourselves some profiterole. So I hope our community, a strong KNX community, you will make your experiences with 6.3, and I hope you will have a lot of fun with it. I can tell my colleagues and I, we had a lot of fun with this. It has been some effort in the past few weeks and months, but we have made it there, and have fun, everyone.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thanks for the invitation, Michael.
Thank you.
I think we could stay here and talk for hours.
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah. Likewise. Yeah.
We enjoyed a lot.
Good. I'm glad. Yeah. Colleagues, enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you.
You too. Community.
Until next time.
Enjoy testing and using ETL 6.3.
Okay.
See you. Bye-bye.
See you. Bye-bye.